All right, so now that we've done had a little intro into chapter 8 on circles, we're going to dig right in. 8.1 is on constructing circles using like a compass or devices that are similar to old school compasses, but I'm not going to do a tutorial on that. I think that's something that people can do in person. So I'm not going to do anything on that one. So we're going to skip to 8.2, and that is calculating the circumference of a circle. So I already told you what the circumference was. It's that distance all the way around the edge of a circle. Now, based on information about a circle that is provided, we are going to learn to calculate circumference. And in order to do this, we have to use a formula. Okay? And this formula is right here. Okay? So remember, C equals circumference. So in order to calculate circumference, that will equal pi times diameter. It's a very simple formula. Okay, all you need is pi and diameter, and you already know what pi is, right? Pi is what? That is correct, 3.14. Okay, so here I've just delineated what everything is. Uppercase C is the circumference, the little pi symbol is pi, and lowercase d is diameter. So let's take a look at example 1 here. It says a circle has a diameter, and I'll draw it for you. So a circle has a diameter of, that's a goofy circle, 6 centimeters. So 6 centimeters, right? And we're asked to calculate the circumference. So the distance all the way around the edge of the circle. So first thing we do, always, whenever we're using a formula, we always write it down at the top of our page before we do any calculating. And this actually helps us. Okay, so we know exactly what numbers we're looking for. So circumference is what we're looking for. Pi, we know, it's a constant. That number is a constant. It never changes. It's 3.14. We're going to multiply that by the diameter, which is provided for us. That's 6 centimeters. Always include your units, folks. And then we go ahead and we multiply it. And in this case, circumference will give you 18 and 84/100ths of a centimeter. And then you throw that in a nice flowery sentence. Okay, and remember, notice I've put my units in everything. Even in my sentence, I put the units. Okay, so this is how you calculate circumference. So let's look at a couple of another example. Oh, I got 2. Okay, example number 2. So it says a circle has a radius of 4 centimeters. What's radius again? It's from the middle of a circle to an edge. So this right here is 4 centimeters. But the formula for circumference says we want diameter. Well, that's a little goofy. Now, just as a little side note, a lot of people will teach that you can use a different formula. That's not really different. It's just a little modification. Circumference equals pi times radius times 2. Because if you go 2 times the radius, what is that? 2 radii equals a diameter, right? I don't usually use that. I don't look at that because I want you guys to recognize that if you're looking for diameter, you can get that if you're given radius. You don't need to plug it into a different formula. Mind you, if that works for you, then you go right ahead. But I am not going to be using that, just so you're aware. Okay, so then we start plugging numbers in. So circumference equals pi, 3.14. Diameter, right? If radius is 4 centimeters, and we want to go all the way across, that's double the radius, just as it says there, and that's 8 centimeters. And then we do our multiplying, and circumference equals 25 and 12/100ths of a centimeter. Okay, not too tricky. It's like plugging numbers in. It's one-step multiplication. Okay, now I'll have a couple, just 2, I guess, 2 practice questions for you. So I want you to pause the video right now, and I want you to give these a crack. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to give this a go. So as always, actually I'll draw a diagram as well. So And if this helps you, that's fantastic, right? If you need to draw some, I always have to draw stuff so I can keep track. Actually, can you see the mistake that I made here? I didn't put units. So let's throw centimeters down here for both of these. What an irresponsible teacher. Okay, so diameter. That's this whole distance all the way across. 8.5, we'll call them centimeters. Okay, so here's our formula. So first thing you always do is put the formula down. And then we start plugging numbers in. Pi, what's pi? 3.14, that's right, times, and the diameter is 8.5 centimeters. Okay, and then you crank that into your calculator, and you will get none other than, drum roll please, okay, 69/100ths of a centimeter. All right, not too tricky. Okay, next one, radius. Radius is 3.5 centimeters. So we got a circle, and from the middle to an edge is 3.5 centimeters. Okay, so we got our formula down. We start filling in the gaps. Pi is 3.14 times my diameter. Is this diameter? No, it's radius. What do you have to do to radius to make it into diameter? Right, you have to double it. So 2 times 3.5, that should give you 7 centimeters. 7 centimeters. And then you go ahead, you do your multiplication, and you get circumference equals 21 and 98/100ths of a centimeter. And that is all there is to it. If you can go back and forth from circumference to diameter, diameter, circumference, then you're doing just fine. Okay?